man. I only move in one plane of motion. I only train in one plane of motion. I'm only strong in one plane of motion.
I used to be sagittal plane man. What is a sagittal plane? The sagittal plane is basically this plane of motion where we move forward and backward and we go up and down. So when you think of all your gym exercises that you do, what are we doing? When we bench press, we're taking that weight up and bringing it down, sagittal plane. When we squat, both feet shoulder width apart, what are we doing? We're going up and we're going down, sagittal plane. Bicep curls, tricep extensions, overhead presses, lat pull downs, bent over rows. All those different popular exercises that everybody loves and has such an emotional tie to because, hey, I was able to bench press so much in high school, so I'm going to start bench pressing now. Well, the problem is the bench press doesn't have that carryover as well. Why? Because it's a sagittal plane move. Now, I'm not saying the sagittal plane is evil. It's one of the 3 planes of motion. If I ever make anything, the recipe, the ingredients call for 3 different ingredients. Why am I just going to put more of one ingredient in there? Unless it's chocolate chips. Just saying. But I'm going to want to make sure that I put equal parts. I'm going to take this ingredient, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to take this ingredient, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to take that ingredient and put it in, because then I have that whole experience. I've made what have I made? I've completed the instructions of the recipe, and it's all balanced. So when I go to the gym and I keep feeding, I keep putting in the ingredients of the sagittal plane and not offering the frontal plane or the transverse plane, all of a sudden I become unbalanced. I become limited in my movement and capabilities. And what's that going to equal to? I'm just not going to be very good outside of the gym. So when I go bend over to pick something up, there goes my back. And you know what? I know that because sagittal plane man way back in the day hurt his back seriously 3 different times. And see, we have to build up. We have to build out of that sagittal plane, and we have different ways to do this. So we have our frontal plane, which means that we're moving side to side. And then we have our transverse plane, which means that we're pivoting. We're rotating through the hips as we move. And whenever you look at anybody, when they throw a ball, a football, whatever kind of ball, what plane of motion do they predominantly move in? They move in that transverse plane. Why? Because I can load up enough power. I can get strong doing that. So when I throw that object, I've coiled up, I go through that transverse plane. It's the only plane of motion that we're not inhibited by gravity. So you have to be able to build into these different progressions. So the first thing we have to do is we have to start still moving in the sagittal plane because that's where everybody wants to be, but I'll be resisting frontal plane motion. Easiest way for us to do that here, fitness lying down, is entering into our sprinter stance. So I do like a sprinter stance deadlift. I've got that offsetness of my feet, about a 60-40 relationship, and I have to really resist that side-to-side movement. And what's that doing? That's sealing up those energy leaks. I like to do those modified side planks that we do so well with our ultimate sandbags, because here I am, I'm now resisting frontal plane motion. That's going to really help with a lot of low back injuries, some people that are experiencing that. That's going to build that to be stronger, and that's what we want to be, is we want to be stronger. We want to be more efficient with our movements so we can be better outside the gym. As we start building strength by resisting frontal plane movement, now we can start moving laterally. We can start doing different things. We here at Fitness Lie Down love lateral squats, we love lateral lunges, we love lateral power cleans, lateral deadlifts, lateral good mornings. I mean, you name it. From me to you, don't be sagittal plane man, or sagittal plane woman, or sagittal plane kid. Move. Move in all 3 planes of motion and be excited about it. Find different ways, find different excuses to move in those different planes of motion, and you'll be amazed at how much better you're going to be. Better mover, stronger mover, more confident. You guys have a good Halloween. You're welcome.